Hello students, today's topic is industrialization in India. The experience of industrialization in India is in many ways similar to the Western model and in many ways different. Comparative analysis of different countries suggests that there is no standard model of industrial capitalism. And in developed countries, the majority of people are in the services sector, following by the industry, and less than 10% are in agriculture. But in India, in 1999 or to up to 2000, nearly 60% were employed in the primary sector, means agriculture and mining, while 17% in the secondary sector, means manufacturing or construction and utilities, and 23% in the tertiary sector, in trade, transport, financial services. However, if we look at the contribution of these sectors to economic growth, the share of the agriculture has declined sharply, and services contribute approximately more than half. This is a very serious situation because it means that the sector where the maximum people are employed is not able to generate much income for them. Agriculture is the India's most broadly spreaded, as well as the largely a large population is engaged in agriculture, but its contribution in the national economy as well as for the people's economic growth or per capita income, agriculture is not playing a better role. So in India in 2006-7, the share of employment in agriculture was 15.19%. In mining, the quarrying about to 0.61%. In production, 13%. And manufacturing, this was about to 6%. So it is clearly looking that the difference between developing and developed countries is the number of people in regular salaried employment. In developed countries, the majority are formally employed. In India, over 50% of the population is self employed. Only about 14% are in regular salaried employment, while approximate 30% are in casual labors. And the adjacent chart shows that changes between 1977 to 78 and 1999 to 2000, and this you can see on page number 76 in your book. The economist and other often make a distinction between the organized or formal and unorganized or the informal sector. There is a debate over how to define these sectors. According to one definition, the organized sector consists of all units employing 10 or more people throughout the year. And over 90% of the work, whether it is agriculture, industry, or service, in the unorganized or the informal sector. So it means that very few people have the experience of employment in large firms where they get to meet people from other regions of the background. Urban setting to provide some corrective to this. Your neighbors in a city may be from a different place, but by and large, work for most Indians is still in small scale workplaces. Only a few percent people are engaged in a government sector or government jobs, and the rest are forced to depend on their children in their old age. Government employment in India has played a major role in overcoming boundaries of caste, religion, and region. And one sociologist has argued that the reason why there have never been communal riots in a place like Bhilai is because the public sector, Bhilai steel plant employs people from all over India who work together. And others may question this. But in practice, we can say that the work division and the employment sectors in India is uneven and unequal, and the economic growth as well as the per capita income in different sectors is also variable place to place and region by region.